This is your daily market review for Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Hopefully you're having a great week. Interesting pop today. Kind of thought about the potentiality of such. Didn't expect the strong close, but hey, you know what? That's the probability game of trading. Not always going to be dialed in specifically. However, we've talked about there are certain trades to go long, certain names to go short, and lots of names to potentially stay away from as they're in big, choppy, sloppy ranges. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link in the description below. I appreciate it. We know going into the holiday weeks, they're usually light volume. They can be choppy. They can be sloppy. You're going to have down. You're going to have up. Typically, they are bullish. But it's interesting because you have economic data that's coming out weaker quickly. You have the election issues kind of coming to a hold. Again, no matter what you are doing, just again, whether you're long, short, define your risk, raise your stops. Remember, it's a probability game. And if something's not working, just move on to something else. So if you want to follow the tweets, I'm posting a ton of them on the Twitter, always trying to keep people informed. Again, if you're in the Discord room, you get all the trades that we're dropping, and you get all of the other posters trades that, again, I appreciate you guys so much dropping trades, because again, every once in a while I'm following you guys just as well. If you want to chat, use the Calendly link. Let me know how I can help you out. Again, I think people should take advantage of this. If you haven't had a chance to chat personally, we can have a Zoom chat, phone chat, whatever you would like. Help you out, whether it's real estate, trading, investing, you let me know. Again, follow the website, tradingagent.com. And again, if you're not familiar with this channel, you're new to it, the goal is to turn profits into properties and passive income. All right. We also know all the education videos are on my website, but also on the YouTube. There's 52 of them. For the love of God. If you have questions, if you'd like to watch these, I think they're well worth it. All right, let's get into it. See me watch till we know the first rate cut isn't potentially till September. Again, if it's going to be speeding up, it's going to be because what? The economy is slowing quicker. If it's holding up pretty well, then it should be okay. And again, rate cuts, rate hikes, whatever, they have a 6 to 9 month lag time. So again, 1/4 rate cut probably isn't going to do stuff. But if crap, and meaning like if they get kind of antsy about it, then it's probably because the economy is slowing quickly going to election. They're trying to hit the brakes on a recession. Bitcoin, as we talked about, holding range lows. Be careful here. Again, I've said this, and it's like gold. I mean, not surprised by some bounces, but you don't want to see down moves that are pretty solid, and then these baby pops, and then boom, they take them down. Oil rising due to the hurricane stuff, in my opinion. Well, now that we're hitting land, it's buy the rumor, sell the news. So if you're long oil names, oil service, don't be surprised if they pull back if oil comes down after its rise. And again, natural gas has just been, we talked about since the highs, just kind of letting it play out. And man, you better hold the 250. Said this in the last couple calls, like we got to hold that level. If you break it, somewhere in this 220s makes sense next. But either way, be careful. Again, the best trade is going to be short KOLD when that mother rips. I'm telling you, there'll be some sort of dump at some point in commodities. There always is. Dollar, the best turd in the toilet, floating. We talked about this over and over. TLT, back tested this trend line. Pretty close for government work. Not much buying, though. Keep an eye on it. The dollar, as we've talked about. Sorry, the best turd in the toilet. The VIX, look at this. 12 close, or 11.99. Telling you, if you are long, roll up your stops, please. Don't get caught with your pants down. VIX, here you go. It's holding up better than you expect. I mean, that's, got to give it credit, and where credit is due. And like, not like a credit card, but look at this thing. I mean, it is holding up pretty darn well. Again, I don't know how you want to draw this, but broke the trend, came back down. Again, it's holding, making higher lows. It's again, all worth watching. SPY inflows for the new money, new quarter, new month came in at the close. Look at that, closed right back at the highs. Keep an eye on. I'd be watching for gaps tomorrow, either up or down. QQQ, same kind of thing, right back at the highs. Again, if you're bullish, cool. If you're bearish, be careful. Again, either way, define your risk. I mean, because if you want a short, that's a great reference. right? Makes sense. IWM been lagging. I mean, this is what makes it really hard to trust the market. Just lagging for, it seems like a year, feels like forever. DIA, this one has been holding up pretty well until the last couple months, and it seems to be chopping around. It's not leading up like the other indexes. Again, worth watching. Gold, not too much to say other than like Bitcoin. It's like ugh, these little dead cat bounces. Silver, again, I love silver long term. Waiting for the Feds to pivot. GDX, waiting again. Waiting. If you don't know the history, just be careful. Now, again, July is typically bullish, but man, I'm not seeing new money coming in, which is kind of scary for gold and silver. Maybe we get it tomorrow. I don't know. AEM, check this out, right? This has been a leader. We like this one long term. Let it play out. AG, again, it's tough to trust silver when these miners look like such crap. Newmont, tough to trust gold and Newmont. I mean, it should be in the 80s, y'all. PAAS, holding up pretty well. It's kind of like AEM, but even then, it's like following the trajectory of silver and potentially leading it. Notice how it just keeps holding this 1950s area. Again, just worth watching, not really trading. Taiwan Semi, again, little pump into the close. 20-day seems to be holding. Micron needs to hold this area. We talked about it hitting the 50-day, chopping around. Not too much to say other than, dead cat bounces. Watch the 130s, low 130s. AMD, things all over the place. Again, personally, I have no desire to trade it. NVIDIA, if you shorted the highs, bought NVDS in the low 30s, you're feeling pretty good. I mean, I like that it's below the 20-day. I don't care if the candle's damn green. I like that it gapped down and closed down for the day on a day when the market was holding up. SMCI, again, you want to find laggards to short. Do not short the leaders. Intel, SMCI, just chop in between range. This one's a tough one, folks. Intellectual property. Again, some people are liking it, the 50-day. I guess if you want to do a dollar stop, it makes sense. I don't know. I don't trust it. I'm not a big fan. SMH, 20-day. Again, it was below it, the open, came right back. What do you do? Adobe, again, I'm eyeing this one for a short, but didn't take it. Again, new money, new month. Thank God I would have gotten stopped out. And again, you're so close to the gap. Just watch it. Just watch it. Might as well just wait, right? One of those things. Apple, again, I like the idea of this retest of highs. Now, could you make a new high tomorrow? Yeah, I'd be watching for traps. Again, this volume up is very light. Shows low conviction. Just be careful. Amazon, we talked about this one pulling back, going to probably do go after the 200 level potentially. Well, you got it. We said this was a nice little run, backfilling, 2-day range. Boom. It's a nice trade if you played that. Meta seems to be chopping around. However, this 517 to 520 area is not, it has to get over it to really, really sustain bullishness, in my opinion. CRM, we talked about this one, 250-day, probably going to chop around. Google holding up pretty well. Again, new money, new month coming into the old tech. We'll see if it lasts. Microsoft holding up pretty well. Again, if some people are looking at shorting it at this point, it's hard. That gap down would have been a nice thought, but damn, then it just ripped back to the close of the day. So you got stopped out if you did short it. NDAQ, chopping. Again, I like this name, short, long term. MicroStrategy, excuse me. This is not good for, someone knows something. You better hold. Like tomorrow, you better, again, you're close enough for that gap to fill. I'd be watching that 12.95. That gap fills and it does not rally, yikes. Netflix and spill or chill. Watching the 20-day, really not too much. Roblox holding up pretty darn well. Congrats. If you're just kind of watching, but again, the 100-day, look to the left. Seems to be important. Keep an eye on it. Might be a trade in itself if it gets over it. PANW, again, we like this one getting over the 320s. Now it's just chopping up here. Again, I really don't have an idea on that one near term. Again, if you play the trade and you're trading quickly, it's kind of one of those things now. Again, just worth a watch. Good old Tesla. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We talked about you buying the 100-day here. Again, go watch the videos. Not surprised it kind of got silly today. Again, I didn't watch it too much other than just looking at the action. Again, if you're bullish, congrats. I said yesterday and the day before, it's could we get back up to the trend line? There it is. Decent volume. So this one is kind of again, this thing has been absolutely just shredded, right? It's worth watching. This 240 level too. I mean, you might have some more umph in it. This gap could be a pro gap and the start of a big move, or it's a big gap and then it goes into a choppy sideways action in top. That's what I'd be curious. Again, if you were long this, there have been big gaps on big volume before. So, I mean, again, you have to use history as the past. And if you're watching it, just be safe. I mean, great trade if you went long. We talked about there was an obvious up trade there. Insight, again, I like this company. Let it pull back. Come on, daddy. Again, I think they get bought out. McDonald's breaking the range lows. Worth watching. That could be an epic short failure. I mean, here you got the McDonald's arches. Da 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 da. DKNG, again, if you shorted this one at the channel high, you said the 200-day might be a little checkpoint, chop around. Keep an eye on it. It's a good trade. Again, I don't think there's much sports betting going in other than Euro Cup, Copa Cup. Airbnb, I mean, new money, new month, came in, hit the 100-day, back up to the, some resistance, worth watching. Costco, I mean, they're building freaking apartments now. 20-day holding. Starbucks, again, rejected the 50-day and just seems to be building now. Again, I'm trying to warn people, again, this is not a stock to buy for the long run. There's endless competition in coffee. They are not what they used to be. Federal Express, again, I like the short up here. Look at this. You got multi-day ranges. Watch the 300 level. Again, you can short it with a tight stop. Caterpillar, here you go. Coming down, chopping around. 20-day is crucial. Nucor, again, some folks wanted to short materials. Again, I personally don't like the idea of shorting them, but I'm also not really longing them. Chopping around. X, chop, chop. Right, holding that 36. VALE, chop, chop. Same kind of thing. At range lows. This one makes a little bit of sense to me. I mean, I think there could be a pop in this one pretty easily. Arrow. Here you go. Again, we like copper long term, getting stuck here in the 21. CCJ. Again, I hate when Goldman upgrades the highs. Scares me. And now you're making lower lows off the highs potentially. The 20-day curling down. Not ideal if you're bullish, in my opinion. It's at worst, it's consolidating. CF, again, we like ag names. You got to eat, but let them come. I mean, every time I see, I'd love to see CF in the 50s. Love to see like Mosaic down at 20. Love to see NTR down in like the 30s or something. I mean, these names have, again, come down way much. XLF, interesting close. Again, they pumped that, and it's like back into this like blue zone range highs. If you play JP Morgan, again, some people talk about going long it, breaking the channel. That's a winning trade right there. Ain't arguing about that one. Morgan Stanley holding the 50-20 day. Bank of America. I mean, again, new money, new month. Tough to know for sure if this is going to sustain, but those are strong candles. Again, sometimes it's a little sneaky. Like at lows, big red candles. At highs, big green candles. Sometimes those can be the trigger points for reversals. GS, same kind of thing. Again, if you're long, if you got a markets account, you feel good. It's not going out of business. Carry. Again, we talked about this 49.50 level being a trap. Talked about how housing stocks look like absolute crap yesterday. Breaking down, not much down there. Not much buyers. Again, these are signs where it gives you mixed. I'm telling you, people are like, oh, the market's strong. I'm like, no, you're getting mixed signals. Solar, again, if Trump is leading, I think solar has pain, but man, it's probably oversold. But I've seen oversold get more oversold. It means Sedge, ENPH. Again, if you shorted these on the recommendations at the levels, you got absolutely cooking. You were cooking with gas for solar. I mean, we like this one. Remember we were talking about multi-day highs blowing out. Now you're back at some trend lines. I mean, adding AI to solar, like who cares? Everybody's going to do it. Again, watch that one. HYG, again, you got to be high to your mind to buy corporate debt. Oil, again, overbought near term, not surprised. Hurricane hits land, then it's buy the rumor, sell the news. Again, the damage is always what it's going to be in the pricing of the action. Someone already knows, right? That makes sense. Someone already knows. UNG, hate this thing. Again, love the KLD. Come on, keep rising. I want to see the KLD get, I'd love it to see in the 60s. I'll short that thing hard. XOP, again, not surprised it rose with this morning, some of the news headlines, but man, it doesn't look good. Hits the 100-day, backs right off. You'd expect it to hold up better. CVE, back into the 20s. Again, I like this name long term. It's just I don't really want to. I can't chase these names. Valero, again, here's the gasoline pump. You really got to stick this 157 area. MPC, again, these names have been kind of just slopping, chopping. ExxonMobil, I mean, look at this pop and then gives it all back again. And then you close. this is a downtrend, but you have to hold like, because it's be like a head and shoulders bottom if it holds the 113. That's how I'd look at it. Occidental, again, Buffett just selling calls, selling puts. Your guess is good as mine what it's going to do. I mean, this has been in a multi-year chop range. I have no desire to play it. And then when it breaks out, I will. EQT, again, I like natural gas names, big time, long term, chopping around. Last but not least, the Flex LNG. Again, I think we'll be natural gas supporters. But this is after a big move, consolidating. I know Congress has been buying shares. Keep it simple, stupid. Again, if you're looking at real estate, need an agent, hit me up. I'd love to be involved, help you find a great agent in your local area, whether you're buying, selling, investing, or buying and selling. Let me know how I can help. Check the Calendly link. I appreciate all the generous donations. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. Again, leave a shout out, comment, like, and also too, feedback. Someone was saying, oh, I just do the opposite of what Dan was saying in the tweets. And I'm like, did you do the opposite of First Solar? Did you do the opposite of NVIDIA? Did you do the opposite of, that's the point. Like, there's some things are working, some things aren't. Again, if you went long gold or short, you're stuck. We talked about that. If you went long, say like Amazon or some of these other names, they're looking all right. Tesla, again, it's you're not trying to, you are trying to be perfect, but you have to realize you just can't be. That's just not the nature of the market, right? It's a probability-based game. And if you're sitting here telling yourself you can't be wrong and you're criticizing others who are constantly trying to provide value, hey, that's your choice. Go right ahead. But don't be surprised when you're also wrong and no one's going to call you out. So again, in a probability-based game, the best thing is to be humility. Again, you can get pocket aces and lose. So be careful out there. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.